Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
We will see you guys back here real soon.
Do you know how many people say things like, they make me so angry? What do I hear? I have given my power and my emotional state over to someone else. They make me so angry? That would imply you don't have a choice in the matter. When you emotionally mature, you choose how to move your energy, which does not mean you're not without emotion, and it does not mean that you do not experience different kinds of emotion. What it means is you take responsibility and control for how that gets expressed and what you do with it.
So apparently, if you treat people like they treat you, they get upset. Shocker.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases, and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
What up, my beautiful people of YouTube and Twitter? Nice to see you guys this morning on Twitter as well as YouTube. Now, who comes in with intros like that? Like, we're all over the country, right? We're all over the country. Who has intros where they've got beautiful people out there searching for people that are missing or dead, right? Beautiful content. We go out there, we work very hard, and we've got a little bit more. So good morning, everybody. TL, the first here to say good morning to BHB, mods, and the coffee beans. Don't forget, it is Thursday. We are about to hit TGIF, right? We're going to be rocking it out with our coffee beans out this weekend. What? So everybody that has been participating in Grayson's Christmas gift special, where we adopted a family this year for Christmas, it has been an amazing turnout. Tomorrow is our deadline. So anybody that is watching this, I am going to be reaching out to Lori Lowe. Her and I are going to work to try to get these gifts over. If not, we're still going to be at the Christmas Eve special. That'll be running live, but you guys will see us. We're going to be in the audience. So I hope you guys are all there for that. I'll make sure it's posted in our community tab on both sides, on our main channel as well as this channel here, our backup channel, right? I just want to clarify, our main channel is restricted. It's not suspended. It is not banned. It's not anything. We are not ban evading on this channel. So the people that are out there that are spreading misinformation, let's just clarify it real quick. So good morning, TL. Good morning, BHB. I am Team Summer. Nice to see you. Oh, lady. Oh, Southern Grammy Wolf. Good morning, Mike Stevens. Mike, are you okay? Big Mac Mike. We got some, our hearts. We were all very, very worried about you yesterday. Somebody came in here and said that you were not doing well. And it kind of, and we didn't see you in the chat last night. So it kind of concerned many of us. At least it concerned me. I see you here this morning. I just want to make sure that you're okay and everything is good with you. So I don't know. But if it's not, we pray for you. If it is, I'm glad to see you here. MJ, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Hindsight, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful, sweet Misery. Hello, hello. Had a nice conversation. If you guys haven't seen, she interviewed me on my own show. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest. What Sweet Misery do? She interviewed BHB. You can clip that too. If you want to go over there and clip that, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. You're more than welcome to clip that and spruce it up or whatever you'd like to do. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Our beautiful Huntress. Good morning. Good morning. Who else do we have? We have Michelle in the house. Angie, it's nice to see you, love. Okay, how many of them? I know you've watched. They're more than welcome to be here, and the bottom line is it's holiday time. So if you guys are here and, we only have really one rule in the chat for all the Christian ladies out there. They say, don't be a Richard. I'm a Christian lady, but you know what? I pray a lot. So I'm just going to say it like it is because this is the Bullhorn Betty channel, right? So the only rule of the chat is what? Let's say it together. I have 62 people that I hear getting ready to scream in their computer, cell phone, or TV. And it is, don't be a dick. The only thing, you can say what you mean. You can mean what you say. You don't have to be snarky. You don't have to be rude. Show you have some adulting in you and some common sense, please, folks. So just don't be a dick. That's the only rule. Miss Lee, mom of three. You're not divorced yet? See, I've been causing major heartburn in Miss Lee's life. Me and her husband have been playing a tug of war now for what, a couple years, I think, for his wife. I'm wrestling with him. I'm just joking. Tell the family I love them. Big hugs and kisses. Hindsight, I already said hi to you. Guidance, nice to see you as well. Big hugs and kisses. Netelle, good morning. Good morning. Who else do we have? The real me too. Nice to see you, love. Nice to see you. Second thesis, good morning. And I think Positive Vibes is up in the house, giving us positive vibes. Oh, Rusty's up in the house. Crink, crink. I don't even know. I don't even think I have it, but we'll do this. There you go. I'll get my insane laugh going. This is me on a bad day. I'm just joking. Yes. That's the only rule of the chat. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty simple rule. I don't know how we can express it any better than that. So, we hope everything is going well for you. Maddie, Dawn, nice to see you. Unicorn, good morning. And I just want to say, if anybody else is back there, even the haters, good morning. We love you guys. We pray for you guys, even here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Whether we like you or not, you get a beautiful prayer from us. And without further ado, here on the Bullhorn Betty channel, we believe not just in talking about true crime, but really inspiring people, women, men across this country to do better in their life, to be a better person, to be a better steward of their environment, and to take better care of themselves. And one of the ways that we help people take better care of themselves is reading this beautiful book called The Language of Letting Go. This is something that helped save me. For those that have that learned about my walk and my journey, I had a pretty rough life, and I've had a very blessed life, but a rough life. My family didn't come without problems, just like everybody else's. And some of those things kind of affect us a little differently, right? So something that happens to me could be the same exact thing that happens to Mike Stevens. However, it hurts me where it's okay with Mike. It could literally destroy me, and Mike is just perfectly fine. Those are things that people don't understand. So I've always found that this book just kind of, sets my day off right. And so about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I thought, if I get something out of this book every day, because I was reading it daily, why am I not reading it for my audience? Because if I need this book, somebody else in my audience might need this book. So I don't sit there and judge, right? I don't know who needs to hear the messaging in my chat and who doesn't. So you know what I do? I read it for all of you. And whoever gets something out of it, gets something out of it. It makes you a little bit better or happier today. I hope it does. I do hope it does. So this is for December 7th, and it's enjoy your successes. We are always constantly hearing that, we're not allowed to make money over here to help families, but other people are allowed to make money to help themselves. It seems very hypocritical to me, but either way, we are successful on here. We don't need to be successful monetarily. We feel that quality is better than quantity, and that's what we go for. But December 7th is enjoy your successes. Eventually, if you put effort into something, it gets finished. The house is built, the picture is painted, the report is completed. Let yourself rest and relax in those moments. Take a moment to enjoy the feeling of completeness. That moment will be a fleeting one. There are many more ideas and tasks waiting at the bend. Gain experience and learning lessons from failed efforts is an important part of our path. But success feels good too, and it means it is meant to be enjoyed. If you've had a recent accomplishment in your life, take some time off. Celebrate it. Celebrate those small moments of victory too. Sit back, look at what you've done, and say, it is good. Take yourself out for dinner. Take a vacation, or even a short trip to the beach. Reflect on your past successes. Forget about your failures and the things that went wrong. Think about all that you've done right in your life and the things that worked out and the answered prayers. Don't just stare at your problem and everything that's wrong. Look at what's right about your life too. Sit back and rest for a moment and say, hey, how sweet it is. God, thank you for my victories and for all my challenges you've helped me meet. Thank you for all the time you've answered my prayers and met my needs. Help me rest and celebrate in the good in my life. And I feel like we do a lot of good in our life, and we never really get an opportunity to really celebrate. So today we have celebrated. We've done great things. Grayson is going to have an amazing Christmas, and his mother is too. Oh, wrong one. And his mother is too, right? So what I've got right now is we have 5 gift certificates. 5 gift certificates. 4 of those came from I Am Team Summer and Unicorn. Let me turn this off because we got some presents here that have come in. Happy birthday, Mike. Who's Mike? Mike's birthday? I think Mike's just lying. Mike's lying. Mike just wants to hear Bullhorn Betty sing him a tune. I'm not doing it. I'm going to be stubborn. All right, I'll do it, but it's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait. Give me just a second. I'm going to pull my my virtual background down. Give me just a second. I want you guys to see what we got. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that mess behind me. Now you know I got a virtual background. All right. So we got PJs. We got PJs for Grayson. Beautiful PJs. I love these things. I love these things. These things are so cute. So I Am Team Summer. I think these came from you. I lost my little sheet, but I'm pretty sure these came from you. So I Am Team Summer. We got. Who's this from? Unicorn. This is, we got that in. We have, Unicorn. Thank you for putting both names on here. So Unicorn also got the walkie-talkies. We got, what's this? Is this mine or? Oh, who got this? I had this. I don't know if I showed you guys this. Maybe I have it. The little wrap things, that goes on the arm that shoots the stuff out. This is the this is for the Spider-Man stuff. This is the Spider-Man stuff. I didn't show you guys that. So we got a lot of Spider-Man stuff, and we got some more Spider-Man. I can't remember. Somebody sent me an email and told me that it was at the door, and I can't remember who sent this, but they got a little drink cup, a little thermos cup. This is nice too. It's like metal. Hear that? It's really nice for him. And another game. So the reason I'm going through this is because I just want to make sure we have all the gifts in, because today is the 7th and I really wanted everything in by tomorrow. I wanted to try to meet with the pastors tomorrow or on Saturday to drop off all of the gifts. I had another crew here in Manatee County also put together a handful of stuff. So luck would have it, I just got some even better news for each and every one of you. Not only have we been able to help Grayson's family, but with the efforts here in Manatee County with some of the people that I work with here, we were also able to do a toy gift collection. And we're also going to be dropping that off at the church for anybody and everybody, any other child that may not be having a wonderful Christmas and may need something or something that they can give away to the kids at that church. I just want to tell you all, thank you. Give you guys selves a round of applause. You guys did amazing. We all did amazing. Not only were we able to help this family, we were able to help more with all your generosity. So this is going to be great. I've got to get all this stuff boxed up. And then we're going to, I'm going to record it. So you guys are going to be a party to the gift delivery. And I think by the time we're done, I think you guys are just going to see just how amazing each and every one of you are. Because you know what? And I want to make sure that every single person in here knows the truth. Okay. I know that there are people that can do this here, that then there may be people in my chat that said, I couldn't afford it this year. I wasn't able to help. Right. And maybe you're feeling a little down on yourself because of it. Well, let me tell you something. You have been able to help. You're here. You're watching our videos. You're making sure that it generates an ad revenue, right? That ad revenue, like even here, this last week, we're not really generating any ad revenue, but we're generating the time necessary to monetize this particular account. That ad revenue helps us get out to these places. You know, a lot of channels can't afford ad revenue, can't afford to live on ad revenue. We haven't been asking people for money. You know, when we need money to go out to trips, we ask for money when we need it. We've been able to generate at least $1,000, close to $1,000 every single month alone, just for ad revenue. And that $1,000 has been able to help keep these lights on, as well as a small siphon, you know, a couple $100 every month to go to a project. Now, granted, we want a little more than a couple $100 a month to go to projects, because obviously the only place that you can get to for $100 and back is anywhere from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. That's my work area right now. So don't think that you're not doing anything. Don't think that the people out there that are laying in bed, that can't really go anywhere, that are living nickel to nickel each month, you are doing your part. And I just want to tell you, thank you. And I want you guys to feel empowered that you're doing your part. And give yourself a hug, because we know it takes all of us to do our part to make this successful. Some of us have better strength, and some of us have worse weaknesses than one another. That's why we do this together, right? Because if it was left to one person, it wouldn't happen. Let's face it. So I just want to tell you all, thank you. I am truly blessed. We are truly blessed. And I got to tell you, whatever family that was pulled for the Bullhorn Betty channel, you know, it was going to be an amazing Christmas. It was going to be go big or go home. And I got to tell you, we went big. And now we get to go and make this little boy the happiest little boy on Christmas Day. He's going to have presents to open, and not just presents, a lot of presents. And his mother is going to have a little bit of money to put in her pocket. Now, if that's not a freaking Christmas miracle, guys, I don't know what is. God bless each and every one of you for that. Each and every one of you. Everybody in this chat right now did their part. Everybody. Even the hate channels, right? Passing around, clubbing me over the head for trying to help this family. It still promoted it. I wish they would just start telling the truth, because we are doing good stuff, and be part of it. You know, I mean, I can tell you that these hate channels, if they started promoting some love, I bet you each person would be so filled with goodness and happy that they wouldn't be able to be mean to another person. It feels good to do good. And for all those people out there that are struggling to find happiness, try it. You know, sometimes you just got to fake it until you make it. Do an act of kindness for a perfect stranger. Start getting that joy cup filled up. It's amazing. When you're in a good mood, it's kind of hard to be nasty to anybody. I'm just saying. Without further ado, I did another video yesterday.
How confident with Jeff going to jail for the wiretapping do you think it's going to help with your motion for new trial?
We don't know anything about any of the facts involving that case.
Appreciate it.
And it's a pending case. We're not going to comment.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. I had an opportunity to go to Alec Murdaugh's sentencing hearing. If you guys remember, Alec Murdaugh was convicted of 2 counts of murder, one against his wife, Maggie, and the other against his son, Paul. Well, since then, the clerk of the circuit court, Becky Hill, has come under fire, where his defense team is alleging that she put her hands on the scales of justice against Alec Murdaugh for a book deal. After Alex Murdaugh was convicted of killing his wife Maggie and his son Paul, the clerk, Becky Hill, came under fire. I had an opportunity to ask Dick what he thought after Jeff got arrested, if it was going to help his motion for new trial. And because it's a pending case, he didn't really want to respond on it. And he basically said there wasn't really a whole lot of information, and they don't even know if it pertains to it or not. So I'm just curious, what do you all think?
There we go. I got to turn the microphone back up, and we're back. Yeah, it's kind of funny, our chat rule. I maybe we should say don't be a Harpoolian. Maybe some people wouldn't be so offended by that, right? Don't be a Harpoolian. Sorry, Dick. You know what? I would like to meet Dick and James. I do. I mean, from a legal professional, I really like, like their style. I do. They're very hard. They're very hard for some old geezers, man. You know, they pack a punch. I got to be honest with you. I've watched some of the stuff. They got Alec out of a few pickles. Now they did make a few mistakes, but I really believe those few mistakes that they made in the trial were pushed by Alec. You know, I think they said, Alec, we shouldn't be doing this. You know, we probably shouldn't do it. And I think Alec was like, look, if I can just get up there, I know I can convince them, you know, because he's so narcissistic that he honestly believes that, you know, and that's the one thing that we learned about Alec Murdaugh is that he knew what made people tick. He's one of those people. He knows how to manipulate people. He knows about people's psychology, personality. You know, he knows that if you do this, it's going to make you do that. I mean, they study the psychology, right? They study the psychology. People that are very, very strategic. We've talked about people that are very strategic. They use a lot of psychology. They know what makes you tick. They know if you do this, they know how to trigger you, you know? They know how to make you cry. They know how to make you happy. They know what makes you tick. Alec Murdaugh was one of those people that just had that gift. He knew what made you tick. What gives those people that gift? It's usually somebody with some narcissistic tendencies. It is. I don't know how, but most of these people that do this kind of crap have some underlying narcissistic tendencies. And they just watch. They've learned over the years, you know, they're very conniving. People that manipulate people and understand their psychology and use that psychology in an effort to manipulate them are very cunning and very conniving. Alec Murdaugh is somebody that I would call very cunning and very conniving and manipulative. So whatever his problems are, he definitely has, you know, narcissistic tendencies attached to it, is what I'm trying to say. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They care about a facade and only a facade, right? So they're one way in the public eye. And I can promise you they are equally and opposite behind the scenes. Equal and opposite. If you see them being an upstanding citizen of society in the public, they are probably a POS, just disgusting individual when those doors close. That is somebody with narcissistic tendencies. And of course, his own son alleging that he is a psychopath. His own son, Buster, has stated he believes his father is a psychopath. So, you know, if we were to take that, now granted, we're none of us are doctors, at least I'm definitely not a doctor. I'm going to give a Bullhorn Betty psychological opinion. Again, not a doctor. I want to make sure I disclaim that to everybody. Bullhorn Betty is not a doctor, okay? I'm going to give you some medical advice here. I believe he's a psychopath with narcissistic tendencies. Buster, help me diagnose him. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. So that's really all I was going to go into. We did that in a half an hour. So that's really good. So the next part of our show is just a hot mess. Okay. I will be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Right. I love you guys. Right. So I don't lie to you guys. So the next part of our show is just a hot mess. Why do I say it's a hot mess? Is because I went to bed early last night, got up this morning, and I said, what are we going to do? Like, okay, well, you know, I've been on a series of Becky Hill, right? We were on a series with Stephen Smith. We did like a 4 or 5 part series with Stephen Smith leading up to Alec's sentencing. Then we went out to Alec's sentencing for the financial crimes. We had an opportunity to speak with Creighton Waters, speak with Eric Bland, and speak with Dick and Jim. So, you know, there was a lot of information that we found. So I'm going to be dropping those videos of, you know, the little clips of my questions for each and every one of those people. But I got to tell you, I've got a lot of great shots, especially on my camera. I took my camera out there too. So we have amazing fresh shots at the courthouse, as well as all of the Eric, all the people that were there. So we're going to get those rolled out here in a little bit. But this morning, I'm going through all of this stuff, and it seemed like we had a really wild yesterday. I told you that when we start going into the Christmas holiday, things just start getting crazy out there. And it does. And as we start approaching Christmas, it gets crazier and crazier. There was a podcaster. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but there's a podcaster called S-Town, which, he has been seen on multiple things. He's a 32-year-old podcaster, and he had a standoff with police and apparently brandished a gun. And when he brandished a gun, law enforcement had no choice but to defend themselves, and they took this podcaster out. True story. This happened in Woodstock, Alabama. This happened a few days ago. And he was about 4 days ago. He was visiting. He was on a podcast, and they followed him, and he was visiting John. What is it called? John, what was his name? Mick something. Anyways, he was out there, he obviously well known, and whatever happened to him whenever law enforcement got there, I really don't know. It's not something I'm going to be diving into too much unless something does pop off or something is here. But the mayor said that the statement, he was waiting at least 24 hours to comment on the incident because he wanted to allow time for Goodson's family to be notified. Dotson said he felt devastated that Goodson was the young man involved. The State Bureau of Investigation took control of the case. Dotson said in his statement, "I know that everyone wants answers and details." Yes, we do want answers and details. I mean, this is one of our own. I don't give a rat's ass, if he was wrong or not wrong, but this is a social media creator. I don't care if he's a Bullhorn Betty fan or not, but I will definitely want to know why one of us are dead. Now, I do know he brandished a gun, and let me tell you guys something. Whenever you guys are dealing with law enforcement officers, if you have a gun on your possession, on your body, if you have a gun in your home, if you have, it's not that you can't have one. It's you can't make an officer fear for their safety. And it is always a best practice if you are a gun carrying owner, that you always, anytime you have interaction with law enforcement, you immediately tell them whether you have a gun on you, whether you have a gun in your car, or whether you have a gun in your home. You always let them know. One, it tells them straight up that you're not planning on using it, because who would tell an officer, "Hey, I'm carrying a gun"? You're telling him that he now knows that you're responsible and you want to make sure his safety is your top priority. And if you make his safety your top priority, believe me, that officer is going to make sure your safety is his top priority. So don't try to hide or have a facade about a gun or think that it's going to get you in trouble when you're dealing with a law enforcement. If you're not supposed to have a gun, yeah, you're probably going to get in trouble for the gun. But do not ever make an officer fear for their safety. At the end of the day, they're there to protect you, but they ain't going to play with you. Okay? I'm sorry. It's like me. I'm not going to sit there and if somebody has a gun in their hand, I'm not going to sit there and be diplomatic. I'm sorry, I'm not, because it's a second and you're dead. So you have a choice to pull the trigger, or they have the choice to pull the trigger. Don't ever pull a gun out that you're not prepared to use. Period. It's too dangerous for you, and it's too dangerous for the people around you. And why am I going into this? Because we have a podcaster that is dead and laying in a morgue. And clearly, he needed some education on how to handle a freaking gun. You do not point a gun at a law enforcement officer. I don't care who you are or how you feel about law enforcement. It's just not something that you're going to win an argument over. Okay? They are trained. If they are threatened with, again, not deadly force, they only have to be in fear for their safety. To use deadly force, you have to be in fear for your life. If I see a gun in somebody's hand that is upset, me personally, not wearing a badge, I'm going to take that as a threat to my life. So this creator was wrong from everything we're hearing here. I'm glad the state, the Alabama, State Bureau of Investigations ABI is taking over and is going to research this, I think we're going to find out that the podcaster did the wrong. I don't know what happened. They're not giving out any details. In 2017, Goodson pleaded guilty to burglary, theft, trespassing charges just before scheduled to stand trial on over 20 counts of allegedly stealing objects from McLemore's property, according to Tokalusa. They said Dotson said Goodson in the statement, "Please remember at this time that he is so much more than a character to fans who loved him. This young man was a father, a son, a brother, and friend to many." And I think we forget that. I think here on social media, we forget these are humans. We forget I'm a human. We forget other people are human and that we have families. We have people that love us. We have people that care for us, whether you do or not, we do. And he's been taken from them. But again, I don't want people losing their stuff because it looks like he did this to himself. And again, I don't know. Do your own research, get your own facts, and figure it out. So a new story was coming out in Crime and Investigation related to Brian Koberger about the university students being brutally murdered in their off-campus housing. And of course, there was nobody named as a suspect in the killing of the 4 university students until weeks later. There was a huge and intense manhunt and massive media coverage. I mean, we were at that Kitty Dome for the first celebration of life when we were there, and that place was packed. And the media stage, it was huge. It was huge. There was media all over there. Shani from Court TV actually interviewed me there. I don't think they ever ran the interview, but she did interview. I just basically explained that the reason we travel all over the country and the reason why we're here is for this particular case, we just want to settle tension. And so a lot of our lives were directed at, showing a lot of law enforcement presence out there. That was by design. Us talking about the amount of law enforcement presence out there at the University of Idaho was intentional. It was strategy for the team. It was strategy. We trusted law enforcement. We believed that this was an isolated incident. And we knew that families and mommies and daddies were freaking out with their children over there on campus. And I couldn't imagine the anxiety that these families were going through. And so I trusted law enforcement enough to say, I feel safe. And so that really was the very first trip we made out there, really was an I feel safe campaign to help the community. We learned a lot. We didn't stop our investigation, but if you look at some of our more recent those first live videos and video stuff that we were producing at that time, you'll see it was really designed about how much law enforcement presence was out there. That was all by design. We wanted to make sure that parents weren't freaking out. Because in all fairness, I would not be out there telling parents that I felt safe in the community and the kids are okay if I truly didn't feel safe in the community and I didn't think their kids would be okay. Let me be honest. If I really was fearful, I would have come out and said that. But I trusted law enforcement. I when they told us that they believed this was an isolated incident, I trusted that. Should I have trusted that? Law enforcement utilizes social media as well as mainstream media to, conduct their business. And sometimes that means deceiving the audience in order to deceive the suspect in order to capture him. So I do know that we can be manipulated and used, but this was I had to weigh the good, the bad, and the ugly with this because I had to say, would they intentionally and willfully be willing to deceive their students into believing that they're in safe hands when they're not? And I had to weigh that greatly. And I looked at these officers in this small community and realized that I don't believe that they would ever jeopardize one life on this campus for the suspect after 4 people were brutally slain. So I had to weigh that, and I truly believe that they were doing the right thing. I truly believe that the students were safe, and that's what I had told people. So we know that Kaylee Gonzalez and Maddie Mogan were at the Corner Club. We saw the videos for that. There were some timestamp issues, and we know that Xana and Ethan were at a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity. We have to believe that we saw Maddie, we saw Kaylee. Kaylee was not as intoxicated as Maddie. One thing we didn't see, we never saw the condition of Xana or Ethan, but we have to think a party at a fraternity would have most likely caused significant inebriation, so much so that maybe you're ordering Jack in the Box at like 4 a.m. to stuff your face, right? So I'm starting to think that they were pretty much, I think all of them were intoxicated. I think that might have been something that I don't want to say that because they're intoxicated, they couldn't fight for themselves. That sounds awful. But I think that contributed to maybe some of the surprise, right? Because they had to be even more foggy than just, them falling asleep and being woken up brutally, right? That's just kind of how my thought process works. But one of the things that was very notable is the white Elantra. They kept talking about a white Elantra, and they didn't tell us why, but that they needed this. They needed us to look for a white Elantra. So we were like, holy crap. I mean, like a white Elantra is probably the number one selling car for, university students literally across this country. Like back in my day, it was a Honda Civic. Every student, parents, they were the most affordable, safest cars during my time was the Honda Civic. And so all the parents bought their children Honda Civics, where the Hyundai Elantra apparently has replaced the Honda Civics of my lifetime. And all the students have it because it's an affordable car that parents can afford to put their children in. It has great safety features, not the best, but great safety features for a young student. And so you got a safer car, affordable car for parents that is easy to maintain, cheap on, a student. It's a cheap car to run and maintain. It's perfect for a university student. It just happens to be like the number one selling car. So we're literally finding a needle in a haystack because they didn't tell us we're looking for a car that has no front license plate. Apparently in the North, you have front license plates and back license plate. Over here in the South, you get an ass kiss plate. You get to see it on the back end, kiss my butt while I speed away. You don't get it on the front end. And so he's from Pennsylvania, so he had the license plates on the back of the car, not on the front of the car. We didn't know that at the time. That apparently that was a sticking point. So around November 29th, early morning hours, I can't remember if it was going into the 30th or if it was from the 28th going into the 29th, but I have to believe that it was the 28th going into the 29th because I said, was it? I have to look at the probable cause affidavit. What did they say? I have to go back and look at I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but I shouldn't. I probably need to go back and read the probable cause affidavit. But either way, it appears that that this car, what was I talking about? The probable cause affidavit, and that's related to I just lost my train of thought, and I don't know why, but I just went into a spot. I was trying to read this article. The car. So it was the Wazoo officer that found the car between the 29th and the 30th, but it was in the early morning hours, like right after, like just slightly after midnight on the 29th. So I think it was from the 28th to the 29th, but I know the exact police like to beat me up. So I'm going off the top of my head. Do your own research to verify the date. There you go. If that's the disclaimer that these hate channels need me to make, so they get off my ass, then that's what I'm going to say. Okay. There you go. So stay off my fucking ass. Sorry, excuse my language. I get frustrated. Despite having strong circumstantial evidence linking to Kohberger and his car to the crime, the breakthrough through the DNA discovery with the empty knife sheath, the investigators, they turned to IGG to find out where the connection was. And this has given the whole entire case this heartburn because they had a rule. The state did not want to turn over the IGG. They said it's irrelevant. We're not going to use it. That doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. If it's related to this case, relates to the heart of this case, it does not have like work product or attorney-client privilege or anything like that attached to it, it's required to be turned over. And I didn't see any of those exemptions really attached to this IGG stuff, but they were saying that, they're wanting a protective order because of the amount of people that it produced and all this other stuff. So these were new challenges, legal challenges that I've never heard. We are just now dealing with this investigative genetic genealogy. So I really don't have an opinion on how this stuff works as far as, the legal arguments. I'm learning because this stuff is so new. We're seeing it's a breakthrough in law enforcement. We're seeing how many incredible cases that have been going on for decades are now one by one just being solved right and left. Unidentified people being solved. Suspects, that they've been waiting for to be attached to the homicides are being done. This is becoming just an amazing tool for law enforcement. And a lot of people like me, are saying, wait a minute, we'd love to help law enforcement, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my privacy over it. So there's a lot of privacy concerns that are really starting to rear their ugly head in this IGG stuff. I want the IGG stuff to work for law enforcement. I love any tool that helps them solve cases and keep our country safe and keep us safe. Anything that can help us with that, I'm totally all for it. I want it to be done, but I also don't want to sacrifice my privacy. And there is a happy balance. I know that there's a happy balance to protect our privacy rights, as well as giving law enforcement an amazing tool to use to fight crime. There has to be a balance. I am a privacy person. I fight for privacy for the people here in Manatee County across the state of Florida. I think privacy is very important. It's the fact that people are able to pierce our privacy that get us in a lot of criminal trouble. I'm sorry. There are privacy. We have a right to carry on conversations. I'm not saying we have the right to break laws. You know how I feel. I'm a law and order person. But you have the right to have a conversation, whether it's an illegal conversation or not. That's for law enforcement to show just cause to get. I'm sorry. I'm a law and order type of person. I'm a law and order type of person, and I want people to be held accountable properly and under the law. I don't like violations of law. I don't like violations of privacy. I like everybody doing their job as it's supposed to be done and doing it within the spirit of the law and doing it correctly. When you step out of line, I have a problem with that. Just like with Becky Hill. If she stepped out of line and she tipped the hands of justice against Alec Murdaugh, he deserves a new trial. Whether I like him or not, he deserves a new trial. And that's the standard and should always be the standard here in the United States of America, because we are playing with people's lives here. And I want to make sure that if that man is going to jail for the rest of his life, he did the damn crime. I don't want anybody's finger tipped in one favor or another because they have their opinion about it. I want it to be true. I want it to be the jurors that decide it. I want it to be the judge that decides the sentencing, and I want it all done above board and properly. If anybody is violating that process, they need to be removed out of that process, and that person is entitled to go back through that process to make sure that they are truly guilty of the crime. I don't want to be taking care of Alec Murdaugh for the next 70 or 80 years or 50 years or 30 years. I don't want to take care of anybody for 30 years. If they're not violent offenders, I want them being productive members of our society. I don't want them to be a liability. I want them to be an asset. Our jails are not designed that way. They will never be designed that way until we demand for them to be designed that way. I'm sick and tired of the jails being a revolving door. We're not doing it right. However you look at it, our jails are a failure. Our jails are a failure because our government would rather spend billions of dollars fighting closing our border than and allowing drugs to come across to our border than they are trying to make sure that we keep people from having to reoffend and being a revolving door in our jails. These are horrible policies. We're not going to be talking about right-wing or left-wing policies on the Bullhorn Betty channel. We're going to be talking about policies that affect each and every one of us. And this is one that affects each and every one of us. We need people that are going to jail. We have to break that cycle. Otherwise, every single person that's going into jail, we're going to have to keep paying for the rest of our lives. There's no end to the cycle. What stops the family abuse, right? The cycle of family abuse. What stops it? Breaking the cycle. Breaking the cycle. Our jails are not breaking the cycle. They're making it worse. And that's where I have my problem. In January 2023, obviously, Kohberger was known. They went out to Albrightsfield, Pennsylvania, right before New Year's, December 30th. They decided to kick in his door and take him into custody. He was brought back here on January, or not back here, but back to Idaho, January 4th, where he claimed that he was eager to exonerate himself. And then when he gets back to Idaho, doesn't seem like he's that eager to exonerate himself, right? Because he's had ample opportunity to provide an alibi that he refuses to provide. He has an ample opportunity to say where he was, what he did, and how he's not connected to these killings, and he can't. And then the cherry on the top is the fact that his attorneys and the defense had to concede that he was actually in his car driving around that time of night in Moscow without his phone on by himself. They had to concede that if that wasn't the nail in the coffin for Bryan Kohberger. From me sitting out here, I don't know what is. That was, and I was just really shocked that mainstream media didn't blow that concession out of the water. That was so big because there were so many people that were Camp Bryan Kohberger that truly believe that Bryan Kohberger is not capable of doing this crime. I don't know why these people, it's like the same people over and over again. Haven't you noticed that? It's like no matter what case it is, you have the exact same people that always are pro-criminal. No matter how you look at the case, no matter what, they always go straight to the criminal or the suspect and start promoting them. Those people make me sick. I have to be honest with you. They do. Anybody that supports a criminal is sick. And I always monitor. If I'm going to cover a case, any case, I monitor what channel it's on because, over here, we do a lot. We're not a bitch channel. We're not a hate channel. We're actually a help channel, right? We're media. We go out there as media. We cover the cases, ask these people questions. We also search for people. We run reports. We do commentary. We do a lot. We do more media generation than bitch complaining, whatever you call that. I don't even call that content creating. I call that complaining. You're a paid complainer. You're a paid griper. There's nothing, you've got literally nothing to do but complain, bitch, and moan. They literally, all they do for 8 to 10 hours is literally peck. Right? Just bitch. All you ever hear is bitching. You never even hear any solutions. It's like, oh, just come back here tomorrow. We'll bitch about the same thing. How boring and stupid. Like we could really be having some real major discussions on here about these cases and propelling these things forward. And for the people that have commentary on them, people that just want to commentate, that's their business design. It's not our business design. That's the problem. We don't sit home. That's not our business design. And I love it because, I was listening to some commentary and they're like, well, you know what? I only do it this way. And this is why I do it this way. Okay, well, let me just explain that to you as well. I'm really glad that you do it that way and that you choose to do your channel that way. That is your choice. But for you to put that onus because you do it that way on every other channel, I find that really odd behavior because the last time I checked, we're here in America, okay? I know that my family has fought wars to make sure that I can do what I want with this mouth and this body here on this soil. And you know what? That's provided to everybody. And then not just to me. I'm not special. It's provided to every single person that wants to have that opportunity to speak and live their life for who they want and have the American dream. That was brought to us, that's afforded to us by our military and our military personnel. So all you first responders, all you military active and, Gold Star families, I just want to thank you for your service and thank you for your sacrifice that you provided to each and every one of us. But I just want to make sure that we're educating people on here that you're allowed to do whatever you want, but don't force people to act or to think like you. I don't teach people what to think or how to think. I teach them to just think. I don't tell them that they need to think this way or that way. And if I don't like this, then they're horrible to me and stuff like that. It's not like that. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, that we really are here trying to help. We really are going out there and we really are searching and we really are providing resources to families. I know that these channels, they want to silence the people that we're helping in an effort to keep running their narrative. But we've helped so many families. If you just look, you can hear the families telling you how wonderful our team is and how much support we've provided them. And I can promise you, there's hardly a creator on here that can provide that type of testimony from people that they've helped. Very limited, right? I've been able to put my hands around families and hold them in their toughest time, not through a computer. Literally hold them as they're crying on my shoulder. Those are experiences that these other channels don't get to have. We literally go everywhere. We get you guys front row content, and it may make some of these people upset that we do that because they're not doing it, and I get it. Nothing's stopping them from doing it, but criticizing the people that are actually out there helping is ridiculous. I just think that it's time for Christmas. I'm very disappointed in all these channels that decided to attack me. Not one channel has sponsored a family for this Christmas. Not one. They have attacked us for helping families. They've attacked us for fighting because they keep saying that we're not doing it, because they don't want you to believe that we're actually doing all these great things. They want to lie to you about what this channel has done for other people. And you guys are listening to it. My question is, you guys see me travel all over this country. I have to be spending some massive amount of money. It's not cheap to travel over this country. And if you don't believe me, I'm not going to show you my receipts. I just want you to go earn your receipts, right? Go to Expedia. That's where I order all of my my hotels, my airfare, and my auto rentals. I want you to go, each and every one of you, to do an exercise tonight. I want you to go there, wherever you are in this country. Okay. Now remember, I'm on the West Coast, right? Sarasota is my airport. So put Sarasota in there. And I want you to go and do travel to Idaho. Do travel to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Do travel to Las Vegas. Do travel to Maryland. Where else did we fly? Do travel to Tennessee. I want you guys to go in there and check and look at what it costs to do that. Because I think if you did it for yourself, you would realize how much money it cost to go to these things. For example, the Idaho trip, it was $5,000 for both of those trips. That was so in 1 month, this channel dropped $10,000 to go out to Idaho. $10,000 in 2 trips. One in November and one at the end of December into January. So, I think that when you guys see, everybody says, well, you got to show your receipts. No, I don't, because you see where my money goes. You have to know I'm spending money. You have to know it costs money to get out there. But these other people that are taking thousands and thousands of dollars from their channel, they don't have that content. They're not spending that money on travel. They're not going out there. And then when you look in there, they're not even buying families flyers. All they're doing is collecting money from their subs and literally pocketing it, while we're out here giving flyers, giving shirts, making keychains, coordinating search efforts, doing Christmas stuff. Meanwhile, I haven't asked for $1. I'm in court right now against a woman, and I have never even asked for $1 single. At Christmas time, I have asked for you guys to give to Jen Santinello and give to Grayson. I have asked you guys to give. I have never once taken this time of year, but other people have taken a whopping $40,000 from their subs right before Christmas. Most likely, some of those people not even being able to afford Christmas for their own families. And I just find that just morally reprehensible. And here we are out here every day just trying to make this place a better place for someone else. And we get brutalized and told that we can't do that. And we need to show receipts for the meager $1,000 that I make a month. I have to show receipts, but I've done so much with that little bit of money that we've collected every single month and saved and utilized every penny the best that we could to make sure that we can get this great content while they've sat on their butt collecting and rolling in thousands upon thousands of dollars and have not used one single dollar to help another person. And here it is Christmas time, and they still are collecting from their frickin' subs and failing to give back. So it's time for you guys to now start asking for your receipts from those other content creators, because I don't need to put a receipt up here for you guys to see the work that I'm doing. You see me all over the country. You see this amazing gift collection we did. We have done, those are my receipts. Those are my receipts that nobody can dispute. So now it's time for you guys to rise up. It's time for you to be powerful. It's time for you to be fearless. And it's time for you to demand answers and find out what in the hell is really going on here. Because you guys see where my money's going. Where's everybody else's money going? Where is it? Where is it? And why aren't they doing anything to help other families? Why is it always left to the good channels to do this work while they try to tear us apart for doing it? And they do not contribute a single dollar. Why is that okay here on the streets of YouTube? And why is nobody, and I mean nobody, demanding answers or change? You want my receipts? Go look at my videos. You'll see every receipt you need. Where's theirs? God bless.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.